Stampers. Today I'm going to show you my March thank you notes, and these are my FSM tokens, and I'm using the 1 3/4 by 7/8 oval punch for those in matching colors. And then the colors that we're using are the Night of Navy, Rose Red, Baja Breeze, and the Always Artichoke. And the designer paper is called the Springtime Vintage, and then the stamp set is called Your Gem. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and make the Always Artichoke one today. So here's the pieces that we're going to use. We're using the Always Artichoke, and this is cut at 3 by 6, scored at 3. Makes your note card. And then we're using the Crumb Cake, and this is cut at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And I used the Framed Tulips embossing folder. Let me show you how I did that. I just put the cardstock in the edge of the embossing folder, and then I just closed it, and then I ran that through the Big Shot. So that's how I did this edge here on this little piece of crumb cake. Okay, so then the other pieces, you're going to use the Springtime Vintage designer paper, and this is cut at 1 3/4 by 2 1/4. And then the Always Artichoke is cut at 2 by 2 1/2. And then you'll need some scrap paper in the Always Artichoke and the crumb cake. I'm going to use the 1 3/4 by 7/8 oval punch for the Always Artichoke. And then the crumb cake, we're going to use the scallop oval punch. And then the greeting that I'm using for the Always Artichoke, it says, "It's the little things," and we're going to stamp that with the Early Espresso ink onto the crumb cake. And then I'm going to punch this out with 1 3/8 by 5/8 oval punch. And then I'm just going to go ahead and sponge all the crumb cake pieces. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and layer these two pieces together. And then I'm going to use the Always Artichoke, the 1/2" seam binding ribbon. And I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back side of this, and I'm just going to wrap this around the front. That. And then we're going to go ahead and adhere this piece to the front of the card. Okay, then we're going to take this layer, put it right in the center of the crumb cake, like that. And then we're just going to go ahead and layer all these pieces together. And I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on the back side. This is going to be going over top of the ribbon, so I want to put 2, one on the top and one on the bottom to make sure it's secured on the card. Right in the center, just like that. Then we're going to go ahead and add a basic pearl right in the bottom right-hand corner. Then I have the Champagne Mist, which is the shimmer paint, and I mix this with alcohol. And I also have a video on that if you want to look in my gallery for this. And I'm just going to spray this a couple times to give it a shimmer. So cute! Okay, so there's the Always Artichoke, Rose Red, and the Baja Breeze, and then the Night of Navy. And then I also want to show you my template that I have at my desk. So when I'm making these cards, I know what color goes with which stamp image. So this is my template, and then on the back side I write everything, all the measurements. Okay? Alright, so that's it. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you later. Bye!